Hello everyone, my name's Bob Mitch and welcome to some Star Citizen 313 PTU content. Wave 1 of the PTU just released to Sub and Concierge, and I've been having some fun and flying around. So I just want to show you some of the main features and I'll run you through a cave mission running around and killing some NPCs. So I'm just going to jump straight into the content. I hope you enjoy. So, the next big thing, of course, that is huge, that people have been waiting for a very, very, very long time, is ship-to-ship docking. And as you can see now, when you come into a hangar, it kind of was working in the last build, but as opposed to showing you where you can get into ships, if you have a ship inside a ship, so say if you have something, this is how I noticed it, in the hangar bay of the 890 jump, or in the Constellation's case here, you have the Merlin docked, it shows you the pointers for both ships. Not just the one mothership, shall we say. And then you just have a, before you would just notice it if it was, you were, scanning for ships on the radar and you were flicking between targets, you'd be able to target the ship inside the mothership. Now, this is not the case. So, I'm going to get this thing in the air and into space, and then we're going to see how the ship-to-ship docking works. So I've just noticed this flying around in a ship. Normally, when you're flying around in cockpit view, you get the chat on the HUD. Now, apparently, when you press F4, you get the chat when you're in external view as well, which is massive, frankly, and a huge help. And F12 still toggles it, so you can still see prox comms and things like that. I imagine there's going to be a button to hide the whole HUD, but if they keep this, so that you get the chat in the external view, that's huge. And I really like that. Just something I've noticed. Okay, I'll try this again, see if it doesn't bug this time. So, ship-to-ship docking is frankly brilliant. It looks a bit underwhelming, but it's been something that people have waited for so long that it was well worth the wait. So, disappear into the back here. Around that conning. Through the engineering bay. And have our Merlin sat in the back here. And we jump into the pilot seat. You could do this before, but all you were able to do was just sit in it and try and look cool. So what we do now, we make it flight ready. Canopy comes down, and then all we have to do is press N as though we were lowering or raising the landing gear. And it might take a moment because the server's being janky, but there we go, and we're outside. See the docking bay doors close on our Constellation, and we're in our Merlin outside the conning. Simple as that. Ship-to-ship docking looks underwhelming, but it's actually pretty massive. And I'm at mic L1 because I wanted some better lighting, even though it kind of gives the connie this strange glow. But you can also see if I do this. Oh right, I can't shoot things. So the SDF shield tech, I might have to put some footage from my other little video I did where I was just flying around and shooting the shields, just to demonstrate that the Constellation does have the SDF shield technology now. So hopefully all the shield holes are plugged. But as you can see, we're in our Merlin, and as I said hopefully a few minutes ago, chat stays outside of your external view now. So if you're in external view, chat stays. Someone else in the chat said that you still keep the chat window even if you have your helmet off as well. So that's another little quality of life that really does help. It kind of breaks the immersion a little bit, I suppose, but it's one of those little sacrifices you need in an MMO. But it lets you still keep chatting even if you're not using prox comms. So, there we go. I'm still being told off because I threatened my own Constellation. So what do we have to do to get back inside? Now apparently, this is a little bit jank and it's a little bit complicated. Some people have said you just hold down N, and I'm holding down N and nothing is happening. I've let go of the button. I'm not going to try and time skip this. I'm not going to run through it. I'm just going to show you the jank of the PTU. So I'm near the rear of the ship and I've held down N and nothing's happened. I'll press N to raise the landing gear. I'll press N to lower the landing gear. And I'm still not getting a prompt to dock. Try backing away a little bit. We'll target it and see if that helps. Holding down N again. nothing. Press N. There we go. So I pressed N that time. I don't know if it was just lag from holding down N, and you can see that you get this big docking prompt. Now, you can try and do it yourself, but it's easier at this point to just hold down N, and the game does it for you. There we go. One collected. P52 Merlin, and we're back in the rear of the Connie, and then the Connie can just fly around as normal. So we'll power this down. Get back out. We're inside the Connie. So there we go. Parasitic Docking. It's a thing! Finally, after however many years people have waited for it with their constellations. And I have to say that after flown this thing around, it feels like it flies a lot better. They've done a lot with the new flight model. I think they've actually given this thing a sound and lighting pass in this as well. So they've given the Constellation a little bit of love for this patch, because obviously the parasitic docking is a big change. So much for the better. So that's that showcased. I don't know if I can do this again. I'll just check it before I round this little segment off. But flying around here last time and doing this, the Merlin actually broke and I couldn't get back in after I docked, so we'll see if this fixes it. I did do a quantum jump with it once I'd redocked it, so maybe that's what breaks it at the minute. But remember, this is still wave 1, no, I can still get in it, so all good. Let's see what we get, see if wave 2 fixes that little quantum book. But yeah, ship-to-ship docking is a thing, and it's really cool. Unfortunately at the minute, it's only just the Constellation. We'll see what else we get. So then, I suppose the next thing is ship names, and it's a little bit janky on the PTU as always to sort the ship names on the PTU. If you don't, you just get a serial number. I will show you what this means. If I move my mouse over here, you can see there's a serial number. This is always displayed, so it looks like ship hulls have serial numbers now. However, in the case of ships like the 890 and the Mercury Star Runner, which of course you can name, I'm just going to try and zoom in here because hangar views are always a bit weird. There we go, that's a bit better. If I pan around here, you can see you have the ship names. So my 890 jump on the actual live quote marks servers is called Black Star, and you have to rename your ships on the PTU side. So for the PTU, whilst it's in duration of the PTU, if you don't rename your ships, it just stays blank. But if you go on the PTU site and rename your ships again, then you can have the names that you want. So it's like all the name pools are free again. It does appear that this appears twice, the serial number. I noticed it's on the back quarter here of the 890, but the name for the ship itself only appears on this sort of second, third area, past between the escape pods and the docking collar. So this is the first version, the first iteration of ship naming. And I say the first because it's nice to have our names on ships at long last, but it's a bit naff, I think. It's very underwhelming, it's tiny text, it's barely noticeable, especially on something as big as the 890. The 890 is colossal, and even the serial number that's on the top deck there behind the hangar doors is larger than the name that I've given to the ship. So it's in-game, but it needs work, like a lot of things. So cool, but needs work. So, another thing to keep in mind is that even though we don't have the ship to station docking now, this is Everest Harbour, so I'm above Hurston, above Lawville, we do have the art, shall I say, or the assets that are in game. It's just the mechanics that don't work. So, when you're on the sort of pad selection now, when you're going to go to your ship, you have docking port 1 and 2. We're just going to nip to one of these and see what they look like from the inside. Here we go. So these are the docking collars that will be used for things like the 890 jump, hammerhead, and eventually things like the Carrack and other large ships eventually, I imagine, like Idris and Javelin, although they tend to use the big ones, don't they? So I don't think we can go out on these. Doesn't look like there's a door that opens them yet. I imagine they'll only open once they're docked or something. But you can see out across there is a big gantry that you would walk to that would dock to your ship. So the very, very nose of the hammerhead, or the 890 jumps docking collars that are on its sides, on its flanks. And you've even got changing machines, so the suit cabinets if you need an emergency EVA suit. That's quite cool. Docking services, so they're even going to have NPCs for docking services here. Okay, I like that. That's actually pretty neat. So just another cool thing to keep in mind, that even though the mechanics itself aren't in the game yet, you can still go and see that they've started to include the asset art for when we can do this in a 3.14x patch, 3.13x patch. I can't remember what patch we're on. So, yeah, there we go. So after doing some bounties, I have a mission to go and do bounty extraction, land on Novak. It's 25,000 AUEC, so I'm guessing this is one of the new cave missions. So we're going to go in and see if we can find one of these new caves. I know that you can't get to these straight away. Someone in chat was saying that you had to get to level 2 bounty hunter. So the low target. So you get very low targets and then you get low targets. And this is a low target bounty, allegedly. People who've been doing the cave mission so far apparently say that the NPCs in these things are pretty fierce, because the idea is that you go in here. These are FPS cave missions. These aren't just run around the caves and find minerals and like you did in the old caves. These are like clearing out Korea or doing the hijacked 890 mission. These things have NPCs inside that will shoot you, and probably have aimbots like the ones in Korea and the 890 jump mission did. So we'll get down to the surface and see how violent these guys are. I don't have my the Pembroke armor, is it? So the heat resistant armor. So I don't imagine I'm going to last very long on the surface of Daymar anyway, although it is in a shaded area, this bit. I hope it's not too dark, because I want to get this on video for you guys. But yeah, I don't expect it to last very long. I'm probably going to get shot to pieces within minutes, so we'll see how this goes. Someone's already here. It's very pretty with the sunset in the background. Now, I'm not sure if this is one of the new cave systems. I imagine it is. I hope it is. Okay, I'm not going to die just yet. Good. This looks like one of the old cave systems, not the new ones. suppose if I'm going to do this for shits and giggles, I'm going to go in whole hog. If it does, the game doesn't bug and nearly cost me my gun. Oh, it's very FPS droppy. Why do they always have shotguns? There we go, the custodian, that's a bit better. Dead guy. This would obviously be the body for the missing person body. Coincidentally, this is the first time I've ever fucking found one. These missions just seem to hate me whenever I've tried to do those in the past. Come on, get up the cave. God damn it. There we go. Oh, that was people. I need another weapon because I dropped the one that the guy was carrying. See if we can do some sneaky sniping. It's an interesting light bug. More of them somewhere. Oh, there's another one over there, I think. That's a good spot, wasn't it? Is that all of you fuckers? Bodies over there. It looks like there's quite a few people in this area. I'll leave the light off for now because the search helmets, or rather the floodlights on the helmets, are a blessing as much as they are a curse, I suppose. I feel I'm going to need to change the weapon out again. I'm only using the weapons that I've got from subscriber stuff here, so this is going to be a hell of an interesting run. Come on, give me light back. There we go. I must be getting close if there's NPCs everywhere. This is 52 meters that way, but I have no idea how to get to them. don't think it's this way. Let's try over in this corner. Hello? Poor guy. How the hell do I get to this guy? Definitely not a crawl space down there. Definitely nothing on this upper ledge. Came from in there. Just doesn't seem to be anything in this room, just a bunch of dudes. There we go. He did it. Whew. That was atmospheric. I can't believe I actually just pulled that off. Jesus. He did. So these missions are to just hunt an NPC inside a cave. Okay, that's cool. Atmospheric as hell. I can't believe I just managed to do that with subscriber weapons with single magazines and no armor, because my character's just wearing the Lamont suit and the Carrick Venture helmet. That was pretty crazy. Let's see if I can find my way back out of here. I thought this was going to be one of the new cave missions, but apparently, well, it is one of the new cave missions because it's the one of the FPS ones, but it's definitely not one of the ones you can fly vehicles into and such. So I suppose I'll round off with this video then, in this little section, with that. Now that I've done some missions, you can see that if I go into the Delphi app on the Mobiglass, that I have some reputation now. I don't have any contacts because I've not gone to any of the NPCs like Miles Eckhart or T-Ship, Jaco or anything. But with the Bounty Hunters Guild and with Crusader Security, you can see you have ranks, and although it's not giving me perks or anything, you can see that they do get perks as you increase. So verified freelancer, additional perks there, 5% pay increase. So as you go up in the ranks, they have actually added perks into what happens, so you get more money, which is actually pretty cool. So bounty hunter, again, beginner's permit, different permits. No additional perks of just plain bounty hunting at the minute. So, but you can see here there's a -1, so you can screw up and lose your rank. And you can see information on the various divisions that you can go and do stuff for. So, thank you very much for watching this bit. And some initial different patch stuff for 3.13. There's a lot more that they've put in that I haven't looked at yet. So there's the new Cyclone, which I have yet to play with. Ooh, someone's got a reclaimer out over there, look at that. There's a new Cyclone that I haven't played with yet. There's more stuff that I could do to demonstrate the shield tech technology. Hurst is looking very pink out the window. There's new pushable stuff, so there's like those carts that they had on inside Star Citizen that you can roll down hills. I haven't seen any of those yet. Apparently they're spawnable. There's mounted guns, so mounted turret guns. I'll have to have a play with some of those if I can find one. And there's new force reaction stuff, so if your ship gets bashed around, your characters do more sort of Star Trek red shirt stuff where you get flung around the deck depending on what happens in your ship. So there's still a lot to do, but I wanted to cover some of the main stuff that they've added in this particular patch, and this is just wave 1, the very first patch of wave 1, so it's just sub and concierge at the minute. So a few new things to try out. The ship-to-ship docking was very cool. As I said, I'm very much looking forward to ship-to-station docking for my 890 jump. And of course we also have, well, as well as that coming in a later 3.13x patch, we of course also have the Hercules Starlifter, which I'm very looking forward to. I'm looking forward to doing some cargo running missions with it. Hopefully they make cargo running viable again instead of making cargo very scarce throughout the Stanton system, which is why it's kind of a no-go at the minute. You kind of have to do bounty hunting or mining to make money. So, closing out this visual with my somewhat crazy cave clearing outfit that I had on. I hope you enjoyed this. You'll have to let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all next time.